Hey everyone, it is Brian Kaz here, also joined by my friend and business partner, Sean Casey. If you can hear my voice and see my screen, which you should just see like a PowerPoint slide up right now, I just say a quick yes in the chat box. We'll get going in about a minute here. Just want to make sure that everything seems fine on the other end, so I'm not basically talking to myself accidentally. Okay. All right. Lots of yeses. And for those of you that are new to these kinds of calls, there is essentially a chat box, usually on like the right side of your webinar panel. You can feel free to ask any questions that you want there. There will be several times throughout the presentation that I'll be asking some questions and such. And I will try to address as many as possible. I know we have some help on the call, Sean, as well as our helper, Sharon, are also on the call. So either they'll be answering you via the chat text, or I'll actually answer you live, either basically during the call or at the end of the call. We'll have like a Q&A time as well. So we'll definitely get all of your questions answered, but feel free to ask anything you want right there. So real exciting call for you right here, and we'll get going in just a few seconds right here. So I'm just going to get all set and ready here. And without further ado, we can get this show on the road. All right. Hey everyone, once again, my name is Brian Kaz, and we have a real exciting call for you right here. This will be on the 3 sneaky ways to get free traffic and make money with the help of AI, even without a website, product, or service. So if you have any of those, great. It can definitely help. If you don't have them, don't worry at all. We'll show you 3 very sneaky ways to basically go about all this. And what's cool is I'll actually demonstrate this live. So you can not only see the ways and the examples I'm giving, but you can also apply it to almost basically any niche that you want right there. So unless you live under a rock, you've probably heard a lot about artificial intelligence, or basically AI, in the last year or so. Although there definitely have been a ton of huge advantage in that field over the last year, we've been in the field for over 15 years and even have a patent on a much earlier version of a language model, which is what ChatGPT is. It's a language model. And we have consistently been years ahead of several of these trends. So we know a thing or two about AI and how it can be extremely profitable for you. But the funny thing is that despite all these advantages, despite all these advantages and advances and whatnot, not much has changed with regards to the strategies that have worked for essentially us and our clients, except now with the help of AI, it can make all that happen way faster and way easier. That's why I'm going to be revealing 3 ways that you can get free traffic and make money with the help of AI. And the best part is that you don't even need a website, a product, or a service to start, although you certainly can. So if you have one, great, for any of these methods. So again, whether you're brand new or whether you have a huge existing business, you can apply all these strategies for yourself here, whether from scratch or applying to anything existing that you have. One method, the lonely buyer siphoning trick, lets you literally pluck buyers every single day from the internet without paying a cent. Another little trick that I call the Google buyer hack lets you take advantage of a simple loophole with Google to practically bring buyers to your doorstep. While yet another one, the just do it for me technique, lets you give out something for free that can get prospects literally begging to pay you just to do it for them without you having to really do much of anything. That's what the AI is for. So just how powerful are these methods? Well, here's a success story from Judy Jakes. She used our system and training. Within 1 week of following our system, she went from making hardly anything to about $1,000 a week. She thought that was a fluke at first until she saw it continue week after week after week. She continued to grow from scratch using one or more of these methods. She reported that she increased her results to $7,000 per week on average. That's over $365,000 a year and growing. And she credits us with helping her make her first $1 million online. Obviously, this is an exceptional result right here, but it shows the power of dedication and sticking to a plan and making things work. So, do you want to know the most shocking thing about what Judy accomplished? She got those results before the use of even more artificial intelligence features that are available now, which would have drastically cut down her work big time. So that was all done before a lot of the additional AI features, which would have made her job a heck of a lot easier. Now, I'll talk more about all that and more, and I'll even talk a bit about how you can apply the same methods to, your own business or your own, even if you're starting from scratch. And I'll even show you a hands-on demo of doing those methods where I'll be showing it and explaining it all live. So you don't just have to basically trust me and hear me talk about in theory, you can actually see me do it. But let me just take a minute first to tell you who I am. I'm Brian Kos, that's me right there. I'm a speaker, an author, an entrepreneur, patent holder. I've sold over 1 million products online. I went to college for psychology and studied psychopaths. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how did a guy studying psychopaths end up as a business owner? And why didn't I just go into politics where there are lots of psychopaths I could have been studying? Well, how it happened was when I went to college initially, I thought, I had a big interest in psychology, and my initial plan was, hey, maybe I'll basically go on for like a PhD in that and be a psychologist or a research psychologist, because I was basically doing a lot of research stuff in the field at that time. Won an award for this is essentially national contest for essentially dumbing down like a psychological test that took 90 minutes, and I basically dumbed it down into 90 seconds with even basically better results. And I thought all that was fun, but while I was in college doing all that stuff, I was playing around with this little thing called the internet. And I was just trying to make a few extra bucks or so, like nothing major. Like I was playing around with some, affiliate marketing. I was playing around with some like selling a course or two. And at the time, my goal was, hey, if I make a few $100 a month, great. If I make like 1,000 or more, awesome. It was meant to just be like a hobby. It was kind of fun, see where stuff could go there. And while I was playing around, I was getting better and better at stuff. I was making, I was improving upon the methods I was using. And more importantly, I had a friend that was a software developer, and I used him initially in my psychology experiments, where we actually basically made a little program to help, run some of these tests. And we again won a national award on that. And at the end of the day, for basically beating a test that has been around for like 50+ years and having it done in a fraction of the time, better results and everything, I walked away with about $4,000. That was basically my thank you. They gave me a $4,000 award, and that was that. And I thought, well, that's kind of nice, but I thought, man, I could really apply the software stuff to the stuff that I was doing by hand to make money online. And I thought, hey, I could probably, basically cut down on the time and, make a lot more. And by the time I was done with college, I was actually, making more than I thought, I could at any normal full-time job or anything like that. So I basically decided to just work for myself at that point, and basically decided to expand upon that concept more and more, and then eventually even sold some of the software solutions to other business owners. And in fact, that's how I initially met my business partner, Sean. We were at the mastermind event, and he saw some of the stuff that I was doing with software that he was previously doing by hand, and basically taken an incredibly long time to do. And we basically partnered up and went from there. And I started, founded, and co-founded many businesses online, including multiple seven-figure businesses over the years in areas such as artificial intelligence, SEO, survival, payment processing, so on and so forth. And I've also spoke around the globe on marketing and essentially other business-related events in all all over the globe, in such places like the US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, China, United Arab Emirates, Canada, so on and so forth. Over the years, I've used my knowledge of business and marketing and combined it with my skills in managing software developers to basically create some very cool businesses. And all of the advances in artificial intelligence have made it even easier to do a lot of stuff that worked over a decade ago. It's just even easier and faster now for those that know what to do. In fact, perhaps the biggest advantage of AI is that it helps people get over the hurdle of having to do so much work themselves, to the point where many just give up. I know how that can feel, as I didn't start out, at the very top with all this success. I tried and failed many times. I really struggled, and it was very frustrating. It's not like when I was in college playing around as an affiliate and making courses. It's not like I threw out an affiliate link or one course and made tons and tons and tons of money immediately. It wasn't like that. I had a lot more failures than successes at that time. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and I pursued it. I was trying to do all sorts of things, ranging from having a blog, doing affiliate marketing, selling courses, so on and so forth. I kept seeing all the stories of the success that all these other people were having online and the money that they were making. It was so amazing, and I remember thinking, I want to get some of that. How many of you have thought the same thing? I want to get some of that. You may be seeing some other people, or you've heard some stories of ones essentially doing extremely well, making a lot of money online, having lifestyles that you want. I mean, I'm sure all of us at some point have had that very same thought right there. And I was determined to succeed, and I knew if I quit trying that it would never happen. So I kept trying new things and finally found some people who helped me get the right info and right systems so I could finally have success. I'll always be grateful for them sharing with me and helping me, and that's why I'm here today. The only problem with the formula I now had for making money online was all the manual steps that it required, and I'll explain them in a minute. They are really time consuming if I do them, or expensive if I pay other people. That's why more than 10 years ago, I hired a full-time programming team to work specifically on essentially automating as many of these tasks as possible. I wanted to cut my costs way down and get my time back so I could enjoy life with all the money that I'd been making. And the coolest part about that is that all the advances in artificial intelligence have made these methods even better now than they were a year or even a couple of years ago. So the three ridiculously simple methods to making money online every day with the help of AI. I'm going to go through those and then actually show them to you live in just a minute. Now, this is a warning. You're probably going to be mad in a few minutes and want to know why no one ever told you about this stuff before. So why didn't they? Because it's not cool or sexy or the latest shiny new thing. And don't worry, I'm going to not only reveal how the method can help you, but I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how AI can help as I demo it for you live in just a bit. So I'm going to be explaining this live. So again, all these methods I will go through step by step and show you live examples in just a bit as I demo it. So don't worry about the details. I'll be showing it to you live. Method one is, again, what I call the lonely buyer siphoning technique. This technique lets you take advantage of essentially current and future never-ending streams of buyers that are ready to buy right now. Yet no one until now seems to take advantage of this easy-to-do strategy that takes under a minute a day, or maybe a few minutes a week. We're not talking about hours a day, all right? Maybe in the past, this stuff would take, I'd say about probably like, 20, 30 times longer. But now, with the help of AI, is even faster. We're basically talking about a minute a day here. Maybe if you're really slow or have like a really slow internet speed, you're on like dial-up, maybe it's taking a few minutes a day, but still very, very fast. Method number 2 is what I call the Google buyer hack. This secret hack lets you practically steal buyer traffic in almost any niche on Google that no one else seems to be competing for. Everyone else is fighting over all the pennies while the dollars are sitting right there to be picked up. Method number 3 is the just do it for me trick. This simple trick lets you give out something for free that basically others charge a premium for. Yet people can then practically beg you to let them pay you just to do it for them. It's a great way to really undercut all of the competition and attract the best buyers. And the best part is that this particular trick works insanely well for many services, but one of them has sold over $62 billion in 2022 and is expected to be over 146 annually by 2027. And the best part is that none of these require you to have a website, a product, or a service. Although you certainly could apply these methods and more to ones that you do have, if you do have any of those. Prior to AI and our tools, these methods done manually could easily take a team of full-time workers to do everything that needed to get done if you're trying to do it to the max. Like, if you're just trying to do a little bit, it would take a lot of time, but you can maybe manage it. But if you're really trying to take advantage of it and do as much as you could, it really would require a team working full-time. And even at a modest $20 an hour rate, having a team of 3 workers would run you about $9,600 a month to probably get everything you would need done in like a given niche or a given business if you're trying to basically do the full extent of what you could do right there. So you're talking just shy of $10,000 a month to really do the stuff by hand, to really blow it up, or $3,200 a month if you just had one doing a portion of the work for you, but not all. So this would be if you want to kind of like scratch the surface of what you could be doing, but didn't want to deep dive, you still would be paying over $3,000 a month to have a worker do the stuff for you. That's why everyone wasn't already doing this, because again, it either cost a fortune or be nearly impossible for a single person to do it solo. So rather than diving into the boring explanation of what these 3 methods are, I want to actually explain them each live as I show you live how to do them, and use our tools along with artificial intelligence to help along the way. So you guys ready to see it for yourself? Just say a quick yes in the chat box. All right, good. So introducing Webfire AI. So what does Webfire AI do? Literally puts your traffic and lead getting blogs and social media on autopilot and does almost all the hard, time-consuming work in mere minutes. With Webfire AI, you can truly get the unfair advantage. And rather than just basically talking about how great it is, I'm going to not only be showing you it, but I'm going to be revealing the 3 secret ways of getting free traffic and generating money with the help of AI while I do it live. So I'm going to be explaining these 3 methods and showing it to you live with actual examples here. So I'm just going to pause the screen for a second as I switch on over to my browser. All right. Here we go. All right, so right here, you should see my screen here. Oh, 1 second, I'm just gonna make this a little larger. All right, there we go. So you should see the full screen right here, and I'm actually going I'll briefly talk about what this is as a whole, and then I'll be basically diving into the 3 methods so you can kind of see it for yourself with an explanation of not only what the methods are, but how to do the methods with these tools and the help of AI. So first, inside of Webfire, you see a bunch of tools that all are made super easy. You see some training and some bonus training there on 10 businesses that you can start with this. but we have everything here to do all sorts of fun stuff. First, if you want to set your blogs and social media on essentially autopilot, where it does daily posts for you, does the keyword targeting, writing high quality articles and all that on complete autopilot, you can do that right here with the auto poster. If you want to write custom articles and all that stuff right here, whether it's for a blog post, whether it's for like a Q&A, whether it's for social media, you can also do it by hand using the AI writer right there. And just to basically specify one thing, oftentimes people might say, well, we have an AI writer, but how does that differ from something like Chat GPT? Well, first, if you've ever had Chat GPT write stuff, typically they tend to be a little on the boring side. It sounds like a bot, oftentimes, and it comes off as written by a bot, which it is. Whereas what we do, we have some very, very cool tech in place where we can have it sound a lot more like a human. We can have it be more interesting. A perfect example is like, if you ask something like Chat GPT to write an article on 5 marketing tips, it will give you like basic boring stuff like you should have a website, you should have a business that people want, blah blah, which is all true. It's not bad, but it's very boring and everyone knows that and no one wants to read that. Whereas we have the tech in place which can basically give it a little more of like an edge. You can choose if you want to have it be more basically controversial. You can choose to have like all sorts of different kinds of styles that it's just click and choose, and it can automatically do that, and it can automatically basically target various keywords. It can find the keywords and target them for you, which you can't do with anything but this right here. We also have the tools if you want to analyze websites, get marketing tips, get essentially SEO tips, and help automatically fix all that stuff. You can do that right there. If you want essentially keyword suggestions, we have the tools in place not only to do the keyword research, but to actually help find the keywords that are more likely to help you to get buyers and such right there that you'll have an easier time of ranking for. And we also have lead tools that can literally help you find leads out there on the internet that are waiting for you to find them. So even without a website or an opt-in page, you can find leads, people looking to buy stuff. So that's all great and dandy. And rather than going through these tools one by one, I want to explain the 3 methods that I talked about and show you a live demo of what you can do. So the first method, which I think is really underutilized here, and man, this can be a game changer, it's the lonely buyer siphoning trick. And with this method, you basically can find prospect or buyers out there online that oftentimes are already looking to buy all sorts of products and services, or are like one step away from basically doing so, that you can reach out with a click of a button. And one of the tools we have is the lead tool inside of Webfire. So right here, here's this one right here. So it's a lead tool, and you can basically type in any kind of keyword you want, like SEO, and in a matter of probably like 10 seconds or so, it basically pulls up a bunch of different leads, and I'll explain what these all mean. So first, it can be like, hey, these are sites that you can comment on. So it's sites related to your topic, like in this case, SEO or search engine optimization, where it's saying, hey, here's some like major threads and sites where there's a lot of SEO people, and you could perhaps find some good prospects there. And you can click on these sites and then leave basically a question, a comment, a post, or reply on those to try to get those leads to see what you're saying and get them to either reach out to you. And these are basically general sites where it's saying every day there's probably essentially comments and posts there. Or you can go to specific sites where it's saying, hey, here's a specific link right here where you can go, and this essentially chat on that. But I tend to like the general one right here because it's like every single day you'd be seeing new leads right there. So if you were selling an SEO service, which I'll show you how you can do even with Webfire, that'd be a very, very powerful way of finding those leads. Another search that you could do is, let's say, and this is actually one of the original niches that I was in as an affiliate. I was an affiliate for sites like essentially Blue Nile and other essentially diamond sites. And you could search for a keyword like basically diamonds, and it'll say, hey, these are all the sites online that are the major sites that seem to have a lot of people asking questions on diamonds. Or if you want to go to specific sites, these would be some specific sites right there. Or if you want to see sites that you could advertise on, where oftentimes people are buying diamonds, you can see that right here. Some of these you can advertise on for free. Or if you're just an affiliate, you could go to any of these places right there, basically answer some questions and try to drive them to your offer. So what's one thing that you could do in this case? Well, let's say you're an affiliate for a diamond site. And let's say, sure, you can try to rank for various essentially diamond terms, and I'll show you some examples of that later. But one big thing is, hey, what about the people asking questions, on that stuff right now? Why not go to some of like the Q&A leads in those places and just see what kind of questions are asked and actually answer them and try to basically drive them to either your site or to your email or to whatever you want to try to get that deal done. So one thing that you could do here is you could go to, if you click on any of these, like there's like a Reddit thread. Here's one for the SEO example. I could basically do a diamond one in a second too. But on like the SEO, if we were searching for people that are asking questions on it, like here's one right here asking, how do the best SEO experts approach keyword research? What you could do is you could literally copy and paste that, essentially question right there. Then you can go to the AI writer that we have inside of Webfire, and you can say, hey, this is a Q&A answer. The question, question. I'll have to make sure I copy that. Question's that, what's the intent? So you can pick the intent right there. In this case, I'll say the intent is to inform. What's the style? You could do informative, you could do bullet points, you could do controversial, salesy. I'll do controversial in this case right here. And you could have a call to action if you want, which is like, if you want them to basically check out a site of yours, or if you want them to, reach out for like a free analysis, you can basically do so right here. So in this case, I'll say, feel free to reach out to me for a free SEO analysis if you want. And then if you want to base the writing style on a certain kind of style out there, like if there's a certain style or format you like, you can basically copy a website in here and it will try to mimic that style of writing. So if you want it to mimic it after yourself or another person, you can easily do so. Then you just click the submit button. And then usually like within 10 seconds or so, it will create the article for you. And what you'll see then is it will show up. It's just writing the content right now. And you'll see it show up eventually in a dashboard right here. I'll just refresh it. And I have to go to the content part right there. And you'll see these are a bunch of articles I had made. And here's the new one that it just made right here. You'll see right here, it says, hey, you completed the article, blah, blah, blah. I also made one right prior. And you can click view right here. And you see a pretty good article right here. And you see it has a controversial tone. It's saying the best SEO experts, contrary to popular belief, don't just rely on most searched keywords, blah, blah, blah. And it goes on and on about you know, stuff that you could do right there, and how the research is done, and it's like very specific, and how they don't just focus on, you know, this or that. They don't just use a tool here and yada yada. So very good article right here, and has a small call to action at the end right there. You can also see a prior one I made on the exact same question. You see a slightly different article right there. So each one is completely unique right there. So that's what's really neat with this right here. And again, very high quality right there. So what you could do is, again, you go back and post in your answer, just basically copy and paste it, post it in right there, and you're done. You can literally basically answer a dozen questions in a matter of minutes if you want. Now, typically in a given day, you know, you might only have like a few questions pop up or so in your given niche. If you're in a really big niche, it might be larger. If you're in a small niche, it might be smaller. But again, it doesn't have to take you more than a few minutes a day to quickly and easily basically answer all these. And what is really cool here is basically two things. One, when you answer a lead, guess what happens? You don't just basically answer that one lead. You're not only getting looked at by that one lead. I mean, obviously that lead will see your answer. Obviously they will read it, but you'll have tons of other people, you know, on that essentially Q&A site, on that forum, on whatever thread that is right there. In some cases, there could be hundreds to thousands of other people reading that same thing. They'll see your response, and every single one of them could be a prospect. And that's from day one. Now, 30 days later, 60 days later, a year later, there might be people searching on Google or on those sites searching for the same question. They'll see the question, they'll click it, and they'll see the responses that you have. And all those people in the future could be a prospect of yours too. And guess what? If someone is literally typing in a question like, you know, how do the best SEO experts approach keyword research? You know, they're probably looking to have keyword research done. They're probably a potential buyer. On the diamond example side, you might have a person saying, you know, what should I look for when buying a diamond? And you could literally type in that question right here, and it will basically tell you what to look for and write an article. In fact, let's actually do it right here. What should I look for to get a high quality diamond but for less money? Then I'll say here, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to let you know if I think you have a good deal or not. And it will like essentially tweak up the call to action right there as well. But right here, it will be basically writing a response on, you know, what to look for to buy a high quality diamond, but for less. So you could find all those questions of people asking on diamonds, and you just found it, wrote it out right here. I'll have to refresh that, go to the content. Here's the article it made right here. Yeah, and like right here it says, listen up folks, the diamond industry has been pulling the wool over your eyes for years. You know, they convince you that you need to spend a fortune to get a high quality diamond, but I'm here to tell you that's a load of rubbish. And it's saying, hey, don't be fooled by the 4 C's, you know, yada, yada. And again, it's going on about what to look for and how to save some money and blah, blah, blah. And then has your slight call to action right there. Now, in your call to action, if you have a website, you can have it, you know, you can link to a site. If you want to have an email, you can say it there. I mean, if you want them to basically check out any basically profile or do whatever, you can say so right there. But super cool right there. And just, again, a great way you can whip through these super fast. And again, we're actually helping you find these leads because it's showing you not only where the general sites are for any niche, it's also finding specific ones as well right here that you can go to for a specific thread versus ones here that might have new leads every single day right there. So super powerful right there, and you know, a great way to literally siphon buyer traffic from these sites every single day. And what's cool is, again, you're finding these prospects and leads every day, but every additional day, people are searching and finding your answer right there and sending you more traffic, more leads, and more sales. This can work in any niche. I've even seen this work in the real estate niche, where there were literally people searching for multi-million-dollar mansions in certain areas, and no one was taking the time to answer them. No one's taking the time to do squat. And someone could take literally like seconds, find that with this, answer them with this, and hey, you'd be helping a multi-million-dollar prospect potentially get some useful info where they'd be more likely to buy, through you if you're a realtor, let's say. And if you think about that, if someone's basically buying, let's say, a $3 million home, your commission on that, you're talking a huge sum of money for what? Like maybe a minute of your time tops. With this tool, you could potentially do it in literally seconds. I mean, a minute tops would be like, on the extreme end. If you were to do that by hand, you'd have to find those leads, you have to search for those leads, you have to write the article, you'd have to make each one unique, make sure it's super high quality. You'd be talking like a half hour to like an hour per response there, probably an hour to really have it be a good one. Maybe a half hour if you're real fast compared to like, seconds right here. So you can get tons of these out where literally like if you do a few of these a week, in a matter of like a month or so, you're going to start dominating the search results. You're going to start dominating the net. You're going to look like the expert in that field. You can literally siphon, all the prospects and buyers for any niche to you. They're going to find you there. That's what's super, super cool about this right here. Now, the next hack or the next trick is what I call the Google buyer hack. And this involves keywords. And there's two different ways of going about this. The first one is pretty cool. The second one is like a long-held secret of mine and is extremely cool, even cooler than the first one. And I don't think I've actually talked about this in ages right here. So I'm going to reveal the first one that's pretty cool. And then after that, I'll talk about the really cool one where I think anyone here could make a killing at. Super cool. So on this one, on the Google buyer hack, what you do, there's a couple steps to it, but basically you look for keywords that are more likely to give you a potential buyer. And then what you can do is basically two things. One, if you're brand new, you can start a Blogger blog or WordPress blog from scratch. You can go to blogger.com right now. And I know there's a couple of you on this call that are like, yeah, super easy. And there's some that are like, whoa, I don't know how to start a blog. That's really tough, man. I don't even know how to use Word, yada. It doesn't matter. You can go to blogger.com and you can have a free blog up in less than a couple minutes, okay? If you can click a button, you can make these blogs. That's how easy Google has made that with Blogger, and it's free. So don't even worry about that. And what you do is you basically type in a keyword like maybe this one, we could say, we could have it as easy as buy a diamond, or we could have it like what to look for when buying a diamond. I'll say what to look for when buying a diamond. And we click submit. Now, if you optionally had a website, you could basically type in that there and it will suggest keywords based upon the website. In this case, let's say we don't have a website yet, we can skip that right there. And in a few moments, we'll show some keywords show up right here. And but the key here is to try to search for terms that someone is likely going to buy. Like if someone just searches for basically diamond, they could be searching on it for, just essentially pictures to find out more info for educational. There might not necessarily be buying, but if someone is like searching for terms related to what to look for when buying a diamond, they're probably going to buy a diamond. They're probably, pretty obviously in that market right there. So this says, hey, here's some additional words that people are likely going to search on when they have the intent of buying. So right here, diamond fluorescence, that's a term that people will oftentimes maybe see on a diamond report, and they're like, what is this? I'm going to search and see what that means. And it has very low competition, only 2,000 to 5,000 searches a month, but they're people specifically looking to buy. Whereas if you had a general term like buy a diamond, you'd get some different terms right there that will show. And the key is to go for low competition that is more likely to have a buyer intent. And even if it has like, let's say, only a few hundred searches a month, that's pretty good if the competition's low, because it means you're almost guaranteed to be on page one if you target it. And I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. But on top of it, like, I'd rather have 100 people that are looking to buy a diamond for sure than 100,000 people that are just searching for educational terms that have nothing to do with it. And what you'll find is usually the general terms that have nothing to do with it are super competitive. So like, you're fighting over the pennies. Whereas like the people that have the big bucks are looking to buy right now, most people leave them alone. It makes no sense. So that's why I really love this method right here. But the second part of this, I think, will be a game changer for some. So we'll basically give this another few seconds to complete a search right here. And while it basically does that, I want to reveal or start to reveal the next way or the next method that you can do. And this one, I think, is super, super killer. So on this one, I have a save search on this one as it goes. It's being a bit slower than that. Hung up there for a second right there. But on this search, on the second one right here, this is a method, and we'll go back to this once it's done. It might just be being slow there. I'll restart that if not. But on this one right here, the second method that you can do is, instead of looking for a diamond term or like one more likely to be a buyer, you can look for people on the checkout page of another store that you can be an affiliate for. So for instance, Blue Nile is a diamond site, is probably the biggest one, if not, I mean, for sure one of the biggest. I think it is the biggest. And you can sign up for any site that you want to be an affiliate for. And many of these will have a little box when someone's about to check out that says something like basically coupon code or promo code or some term like that. And guess what? I'm going to ask you guys a question, okay? You're about to buy, a $5,000 item, okay? Doesn't matter what it is. Let's say it's a diamond in this case. You're about to buy a $5,000 thing online. And as you check out, so you literally have it in your shopping cart, you're about to enter your credit card details. You see a little box that says enter coupon code or enter promo code or something like that. What are you going to do? All right, let me see what you guys say in the questions here. What are you going to do? All right. Let's see here. So we have, all right. Looks like most of you are saying you would go to Google and type in the exact phrase, or you go to like a coupon site and look and blah, blah, blah. All right, and yeah, that's typically what almost everyone would do. They would go to Google and type in something like Blue Nile coupon code or any of these other terms right here. And what's super, super cool and powerful there is your affiliate link sometimes can be a coupon code. And if someone clicks that, you're going to get credit for that sale. Now, here is the cool part. If someone is typing in coupon code or essentially promo code for the store in question, again, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to buy that, right? They're literally at the checkout, okay? They're literally just trying to save a little extra money. You can't get a better buying prospect than that, okay? Seriously, it's like selling, a bottle of water to someone that's essentially dying of thirst, okay? It's not a hard sale. You don't have to convince them like, hey, these are all the reasons why you should want to save some money. Even someone that's a billionaire probably isn't like, yep, I could save $250, but you know, I'm so rich, I don't care. I'm just going to piss that away because, yeah, who needs that money? I don't need this. Yeah, but no one thinks like that. Even the richest person is going to try to save a little extra dough. It's just how people are. So you can't get a better buying prospect than that. And what you can do is you can search for all the terms that people are searching for related to that right there. Now, you can avoid the extremely high competition terms if you want to right here, but look at some of the low ones. Like, here's some that are really low. Here's some that are less than 500 searches a month, like Blue Nile Diamond promo code or Blue Nile special offer code. Now, this says, hey, you know, there's not a ton of people searching for those, but guess what? The competition is very low. That means almost no one is searching for that. So if you were to make a blog post or video or whatever on it, you would probably get ranked on page 1. And if you had your affiliate link on it, you would probably get people seeing that and clicking that. And guess what? You don't have to be a sales guy. Again, you're giving away free money, okay? You can be a complete idiot and sell this. You can be the worst salesman or sales gal in the world, and you can sell this. You can make money on this because, again, it is an affiliate link to save money. And the cool part here is, like, even this term right here, Blue Nile savings code, 500 to 1,000 searches a month. That's a good amount of volume right there. So between these 4 low volume terms right here, you know, you're talking, you know, probably a couple thousand searches a month. Even if it was like 1,000 or less, that would still be huge. And the cool part is you can choose to quickly make an article right here that would essentially target that phrase, or you can choose to make a custom article. So if you want to go through and like pick, like, if you want a controversial or salesy or whatever, and for your call to action, you can just have it be, you know, hey, you know, click here to, you know, get the coupon code, and it could be your link for your affiliate link. Or if you want them to reach out to you for coupons, say, hey, reach out here and I can provide you with the latest coupon, whatever you want. Usually if you can have the link posted, great. But super easy right there, and that can be some of the easiest money you can make. And just think of any store that you can be an affiliate for, any product that you can be an affiliate for. You can have a term like, you know, promo code or discount code, run this search here, see all the available ones, look at the lower competition ones. But here's an extra trick. This trick can skyrocket the results even more. So I showed you how you can rank for these terms, especially the low competition ones, very easily, and get super high conversions, again, because, again, you don't need to sell a guy on saving money, right? But even the high competition terms, there's a way for you to dominate that. Now, how might you do that? You would take the method I previously showed you, the lonely buyer siphoning trick, and you can search the Q&A sites. You can search the lead tool for people looking for discount codes for diamonds or whatever. You can find those people out there online, use our lead tool to find the prospects, and then post those codes up there. And in this case, you could have a short and sweet answer saying, you know, I can write you a short and sweet article that just says, like, hey, here's, you know, basically coupon codes available, blah, blah, blah. And then the call to action would be yours right there, short and sweet. People love it. It doesn't have to be like a long article or anything like that. People love you for that, because if someone's going to like a Reddit thread or a Quora thread or a forum thread and saying, hey, does anyone have any promo codes for X site? And you say, yeah, here's one right here. You're literally answering their very question. And you know, you can even have the AI writer do it for you if you want to right there, and boom, right there, you are getting prospects, not only on day 1, but every other person that finds that thread, finds that question, finds the form, they're going to see the response that you gave, and a lot of them are going to click that, and you can make money. One of the first things I did was, again, I was an affiliate for diamond sites, and I would do this method by hand, okay? It works. I've made a good amount of money off it. I wish at the time I had the AI to help not only find these leads, but to respond, because you can make a fortune off of it. Now, again, that's just, you know, the, you know, method there where, that, again, you're finding, you know, essentially people looking for the promo codes and all that. You can still apply it to the prior method we talked about, where, again, you can find keywords of people asking questions on what to look for in a diamond and whatnot. And you can have an article made on, like, you know, how to save more on a diamond, and you can do the same thing right there and dominate that way. So between the two of them, you know, you're making a killing because you're finding those looking for the coupons, and you're finding those that are looking for the buyer type questions that you can get right there. So like if someone is, you know, let's say there's basically a keyword like, you know, how can I find a high quality diamond for less? And you have an article on that where you basically talk about that. And again, the system writes the article for you. This can work, again, incredibly well and make a lot of money right there. And again, guys, insanely powerful method. Hopefully you guys understand that so far. Before I move on to the third method, I just want to make sure you guys are understanding this. If so, just say a quick yes in the chat box. Just want to make sure everyone is on the same page right there. That all makes sense there. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Perfect. All right, here's a great question, and we actually cover this. A person asked here, how do I find a promo code offer in the first place? Well, you can actually sign up as an affiliate, and we have actually training on this, so I won't go into a lot of detail on it because we have free included training on it, but you could literally search, you know, diamond affiliate, and it will show all the sites that you can be an affiliate for, and you can sign up right there. There's affiliate networks that you can also sign up for, super easy, and they'll show you the links and they'll show you the promo codes and all that right there. There is also a trick that I've also done in a handful of cases where there isn't an actual coupon code out there. You can still basically target a term like save money at this store, and in the case of a diamond, if there wasn't a promo code, I could say, hey, here's how you can save hundreds to thousands off of diamonds on or at Blue Nile or whatever. And I basically talk about in that case, or in this case, you could have the article talk about like how to look for you know, a high quality diamond that maybe has some stats that cost a lot less, but doesn't actually change the look of it. So that's what I would do in that case right there. Cool. All right, so it looks like everyone's on the same page right there. So let's actually move on really quick to the next one, then we can like circle back to some, you know, other questions that you guys might have. The third method is the just do it for me technique. All right, and with this method, you can basically give out something for free. Like in this case, if you're selling, let's say, an SEO service that Webfire can help do, you could basically give out a free report. And you can do it in a way where when you point out all the issues, the natural response back is, okay, what will you charge if you just fix those for me? Whereas if you just reach out to these leads and say, hey, hire me for $1,000 a month and I'll fix your SEO issues, most of them will ignore you because they get a lot of offers like that. And they're like, you know, I don't know if I can trust this guy. I don't know if he knows what he's talking about, yada, 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 yada. Whereas if you have a report and they can see all the issues, their first thought is, wow, this guy did a lot of work. This guy clearly knows what he's talking about because he basically dove deep into our site, pointed out a bunch of stuff, and pointed out what we have to fix. Really nice guy. We can trust him, but guess what? I don't know how to fix any of that. What would you charge to fix it for me? Okay, that's how that method works right there. And you can apply this to a lot of other services. I just think that the SEO one is an easy one. So right here, this is a random cupcake business in Madison, where I'm from. It's basically like it's basically a cafe and a cupcake place. And I don't have any association with this place or anything. I just basically typed in cupcakes, Madison, Wisconsin, and it's one of the ones that popped up. So you see the site right here. And what you could do is, let's say you want to reach out to, you know, a handful of these places. and you want to get some sales done, what you could do, you could use the site analysis tool, which is included inside right here in Webfire AI, and you could paste in their website link, which is right there. And then in this case, you would basically check off that it's a local brick and mortar business. If it was not, you'd leave that blank right there. This is basically an option if you want to do a fresh scan where it basically dives super deep on the site and gives a lot more info, you can, but I just basically did this fast one right here. And you can choose to save the analyses if you want. So if you want to save it and refer back to it, like you can call it like, you know, like the cupcake analysis. And right here, you see a lot of cool things. So first up, you see a strategy, and this is basically a strategy report that you can literally give out to them, and it's basically talking about like website and SEO stuff, social media stuff, you know, marketing stuff, offline marketing, you know, all sorts of stuff right there. It even talks about, like, it knows in this case that Madison is known for some very good like local farmers markets and stuff. It was mentioning stuff like that down here, and you know, pretty good free report right there. You can also get an advanced SEO report where it says, hey, this is your title tag. This is what we recommend you have as a title tag instead. Hey, you're basically missing a description tag. I have one. It's the little line of text that goes under the blue link that you see on Google. This is the recommended one that we think you should have. Like, again, it should mention the city and stuff right there, which it does. And it says, you know, hey, you should have a schema linked to your site. Now, if you're a restaurant, here's one that you can make in a second. So with Webfire, we allow you to easily make all this stuff right here. And I'll explain what that is. Because, hey, these are some suggested essentially keywords you should have with your images. Here's some general SEO suggestions. So it's basically talking about keywords and stuff to have, what kind of content, you know, where you should have your stuff up, you know, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, a handful of useful SEO tips right there. And most of these guys will say, man, this makes perfect sense. Just do it for me. How much is that? Because again, they don't know how to do most of the stuff right there. And on stuff like a schema, some of you are probably asking, well, what's that? A schema can look something like this right here. Like if you do a search on Google, a local schema can look like this, or it has the restaurant info basically popping up right there. Sometimes we'll have the hours, the prices, reviews, stuff like that will show up on the map. That's one form of a schema. Another schema is almost like a Q&A schema, where if someone basically does a search like how to grow a strawberry garden, it will actually answer it for you based upon the answer that you gave Google based upon your site. So you'll show up at the top of page one. On the local schema side for like a restaurant, there's a schema to have a menu show up on Google, or to have your hours show up on Google. That's all done through a schema, and you can quickly and easily make that for them right here. And you can quickly and easily see all the SEO suggestions, and you can even give out, if you want, the combination of a free SEO report as well as a strategy report for them right there. You can also suggest some markets that they can advertise on, or that they can write articles on. In a click of a button, you can do so. So if they want to hire you, you can make them look super, super cool right here and dominate the local search engines right here and sites. And you can get an overview where it shows some suggested easier to rank for keywords. So in this case, we don't just pull up random keywords, we pull up specific ones that they'll have an easier time of ranking for. So in this case right here, it says Atwood Avenue Madison Cafe. That's because that's the road that they're on. It's kind of like a famous road that has a lot of cafes and stuff like that. So not a lot of searches, but all the searches would be very, very targeted for them. Same with like the vegan menu. It saw that, hey, they have some vegan stuff on their site. They might want to advertise a bit more, try to target it. So you could try to help them essentially target terms like Madison Cafe with vegan options, 500 to 1,000 searches a month. And because, again, there might not be a ton of those are very good, high quality searches right there that you can get ranked for, and you can quickly and easily create an article and have it either on their site or on a blog and get them ranked right there. So again, incredibly cool and powerful stuff. Here's some sites that they can advertise on. It's showing stuff in basically Groupon and Nextdoor and some of like the food delivery places. Here's some sites that you can leave a comment on. So it's finding sites that they can get free publicity on. Like here's some on essentially Core. It looks like people are asking for vegan cafes in Madison. Here's someone where they're asking what are some good cafes in Madison. What are the best cupcakes in Madison? What are some of the best coffee shops, because it also has coffee there. What are the best breakfast brunch places? Again, all these questions that saying, hey, these are questions and sites that you'll want to go to and answer and leave a comment, because you'll start to attract people there. So when people are searching Google for that stuff, they're probably happening across, these sites and threads are already ranked. So you'll want to leave a post or a comment on those to go back to your site, or in this case, your client's site. And the cool part here is, again, you can show them all this like in an analysis or a strategy or SEO report and say, hey, you can do all that for them right here. And again, they'll love you for it. And the cool part is you can do a lot of the stuff with a click of a button, including, and this is the really, really cool part, including you can make their blog, or you can make them a blog, and you can have their blog, social media, and everything on complete autopilot, automatically targeting relevant keywords and all that stuff for them. What you do in this case is you go to the auto poster and you pick the time zone you're in, and then you pick the Facebook page that they have. Is a super easy integration. You can just click right here to add those in. And you can do the same thing on Twitter and the same thing on Blogger and WordPress. And you can pick if you want to have it go, essentially daily or weekly, all that stuff right there, what essentially time you want. And then you type in, like for the survival business right here, we can essentially type in a general keyword like survival tips, and it will know and essentially generate a whole bunch of related keywords based upon that, and write posts every single day on social media for you right there on Facebook and Twitter. And it can also create, WordPress and Blogger blogs on complete autopilot. So here's 3 blogs right here, and it knows to post essentially daily. And we type in the generic keyword right here. And what's neat with that is it will then create a much bigger list of keywords, and it'll mix it up. It will be words that will create basically more appealing articles and interesting ones. And you can also choose if you want it, so it's like if it posts a blog post, you can have it post a related thing on Facebook and Twitter mentioning that, or you can have them be completely separate. So super cool right there and incredibly powerful. And this is the kind of service that, hey, if you went to a business and you showed them a free report, you showed them all the issues, and you showed them all the stuff that you could do, how much do you think a place would be willing to pay you if they heard that, hey, you could run social media on autopilot, you could run a blog for them on autopilot with daily posts, you can fix up SEO issues with a couple clicks of a button using this, and you can fix up a few things on their site to get them a higher chance of ranking, like changing the title tags and all that. And again, all super easy to do right here. And again, there's ways that we'll show you in the training. If you don't even want to do the work yourself, we'll show you how you can like outsource that for like pennies on the dollar as well in the training. But how much do you think something like that would be worth? Any guesses? Let's see what you guys say in the chat box right here. All right, how much do you think per month, let's say, would a place be willing to say right there? All right, so we have some guesses. One's saying 1,000 a month. Here's one saying 500 a month, hundreds, thousands, $600, 700, grand and a half, one saying a minimum of 300, probably a lot more. Another 1,000. Yeah, so all that is great, but here's the kicker. Let's say conservatively, okay? Let's say conservatively, you're like saying, hey, for a mom and pop shop, you're charging $500 a month, and you're doing all that. Keep in mind, daily blog posts, daily Facebook and Twitter posts, and fixing up all their media issues. I mean, the value seems astronomically huge there. Even at $500 a month, which seems like a steal of a deal, you're literally doing probably 5 minutes of prep work for the entire month, and everything is handled on autopilot at that point. You don't have to do squat. And here's this right here. You can go to once you set up the essentially blogs and social media, you can go right here and you can choose if you want to basically auto approve articles, or if you want it to if you want to manually approve it, you right there, and it'll show you all of the sites and articles in question. And what's cool right here is that you can see right here the keywords that it essentially is telling you each time for each of those articles, the kind of ones that it's trying to go for. So I didn't tell it to target these keywords. It came up with that on its own based upon the simple starting word of, in this case, I think I had meditation, this one I had gardening, and this one I had entrepreneurship. And this is a post that it has every day. It's saying, hey, this is the post right here. This is the latest one. It is currently approved. You can view it right here. You can unapprove it. You can delete it. That's all up to you right there. And here's the example of one I have on a gardening one. You can kind of see how, hey, on this one, it has an article on, a Zen garden, and talks a bit about that right there. On some other ones, it might be talking about how to grow, like a strawberry garden, how to have like a freshly manicured garden, how to prevent, pests and whatnot. In this case, I just have a handful of ads from Google AdSense and stuff. You can have your own ads or whatever you want right there. And of course, you can also, at any point in time, if you want to create like a one-off article, again, you can do so, right here. You can choose if you want a blog post, a social media post, a Q&A post. If you want to make like an ad or a sales page or a review or video script, you can do all that. Again, super easy right here. Or right here, just literally tell it, hey, I want daily posts on gardening, and all you say is gardening, and it can do everything on complete autopilot. Then that entire site is run on complete autopilot, posting every single day. Same with the social media and all that stuff right there. So again, incredibly powerful stuff right there. And again, it comes down to, hey, like all you have to do is give out something for free, which in this case is the free report that you already have made inside a Webfire that you can hand out. So you can email, like if one week you're like, hey, I want to go after the cupcake places in my town, you can email those guys with a click of a button. We also have training on how to do that, where to find those leads, how to get that, yada, yada, yada. You can email them with a click of a button. If you want to, in some cases, we have some training on that. If you want to manually send out an email, that's fine. You can include the reports right there. Or if you want to, let's say you want to essentially email some leads by hand and say, hey, you're happy to do a free report, and then you generate it, that's fine too. But that's a great way to give a lot of value. And once they see that, hey, you did all this work, you have all this, reporting and knowledge and whatnot, they're going to naturally ask you, how much would it be for you to do that? And if you want to charge, let's say 500 plus a month, great. If you want to charge a one-time fee of like a couple grand, great. They'll think for like a couple grand, like if you say, hey, for $3,000 a year, I'll do all this stuff for an entire year, they'll think, holy crap, I'm taking advantage of this guy. Daily posts for an entire year, that's 365 posts right there. And that's not only just on the blog, that's on Facebook and Twitter. I mean, that's crazy. And on top of that, you're fixing up everything, absolutely crazy. And again, you can apply that to anything else you want right there, but huge value right there. So again, with Webfire, you get all these tools right there. You have the lead tools to find prospects out there that are already looking to buy from you. You have the AI writer where you can write, basically custom articles custom, essentially Q&A, type answers. You have the site analysis tool where you can analyze sites. It will give you all the suggestions on stuff that you should fix and help you fix it. You have the keyword tools where it can find less competitive terms. You have like the auto poster where it can create blogs and social media on complete autopilot, and you can run it every single day, and you can see the content and improve it and do all that stuff right there. I mean, even on the auto poster, you can break it down to saying, hey, you'll do blog management for maybe $297 a month, and you'll do social media management for $100 a month more, or $200 a month more, or whatever you do right there. You can break those down and sell those separately if you want, or charge per year on that. Those are all services that have huge value that everyone needs, whether it be your own business or whether it be one that you want to run yourself right there. So with that, I'm going to switch back to the presentation in a second here, but hopefully guys see the power of that, especially on like the leads and stuff. Being able to find leads out there in real time that are already looking to buy your products and services or are interested in it, that again is absolutely huge. All right, just going to switch back screens. All right, so with Webfire AI, it can get you literally, everything you need to put your business on autopilot, either to help with your own new or existing business or to help with other businesses of clients of yours, and have it basically create all those traffic and money-making tricks that you've seen. So with Webfire AI, you get all of the AI that automatically, researches your market, automatically picks the best keywords, optimizes the post for rankings, then basically post to your blogs and social media, and powerful automation that runs 24/7. You also get, again, the lead tools to find the prospects already out there online, okay? And find the essentially Q&A posts, the forum posts, all those ones that you can interact with, where you can do a single post on that. You can find that, it can automatically write you the post. It'll find the lead and write you the post automatically. And again, that not only drives you basically traffic from day one, traffic months from now or even years from now can happen across those same posts right there. Who can benefit? Anyone who needs traffic, leads, or customers. And that's literally everyone. Webfire AI can easily save you over $6,000 a month or tens of thousands of dollars a year just for your own business. And nowhere else can you find a system that basically does all this and more so easily. Webfire has an awesome track record of helping clients get great results. Here's the one that we briefly talked about. Judy Jakes joined it, used the software to analyze her sites and help there. Within 1 week of following our system, she went from making hardly anything to 1,000 a week. She thought it was a fluke until she saw it continue week after week. And then she continued to make and add more sites using Webfire, and she reported that she increased her results to 7,000 a week on average. That's over $365,000 a year, and she credits Webfire with helping her make her first $1 million online. Here's one. Mary H. used Webfire to promote her business. Within 7 days, she reported getting a lead ready to spend $1.5 million on the service that she had, a $1.5 million lead. And again, stuff like that, you'll read about the different business opportunities inside of some bonus training that we have, where we go over about a dozen business ideas that you can start from scratch using Webfire AI. Here's one, makes $100 in the first few minutes. This, I think it has to be a record for basically taking the quickest action. Nick Batka was on a recent webinar of ours. He joined Webfire and started using it right away while he was still on the webinar. He posted a message to us that he had already earned $100 in his first few minutes of using Webfire. Again, I think this is an exceptional result right here. 3 days later, he was on a training webinar of ours, and he reported that he made an additional $300 since that time right there. And this is a guy that, again, while he was still on the call, he took action and sold. I think in this case it was like a free SEO analysis, and sold like a handful of easy changes right off the bat right there. Here's a non-techie makes first sale. So this is the very definition of a non-techie. 6 weeks before Webfire, he couldn't even use Microsoft Office. Made his first sale online ever with Webfire. And he says that his traffic stats are now on an upward trend for the first time ever. And here's multiple people in a Facebook group that are basically talking about multiple page one rankings in days that they got. That here's some saying that they got ranked on page one from literally 0 in a couple days. Here's one that's saying that it increased and boosted their site from page 2 to page 1 within a week of applying the tools. Here's one that is basically talking about getting 2,500 visits a month thanks to Webfire, and consistently for 10 months. Because again, consistent traffic with simple methods, tools, and techniques here. Here's one, page 1 of Google in the weight loss niche, which is obviously a very competitive niche. Will Sims started off from scratch in the weight loss niche at a brand new site. Within 1 week was ranking on page 1 of Google for a search term. This was at no cost and with no technical ability. Here's one, multiple rankings in a day and made 5 times investment back instantly. Tom Martin says he feels like a freaking superstar. Had a new site nowhere in the top 1,000 for his keywords. 1 day later, the site is on page 1 next to government sites, which are notoriously hard to rank next to. Then he got additional rankings for the same keyword on page 1. So he was having multiple page 1 rankings for the same term. So he was dominating page 1. He said he paid for five years of Webfire through a performance-based contract already. And many of these are also before we had even added some more of the AI features to Webfire, making it even more powerful. So here's a special offer. You can get $2,000 off of Webfire AI for a limited time for everyone here right now, but that's not all. So our challenge was to create the most powerful, comprehensive suite of tools in existence to act as your own AI virtual marketing team, but price it so everyone could afford it. In fact, we're making this such a no-brainer deal by not only offering a huge discount on it, but in just a few moments, I'll reveal a way for you to make a profit on your investment this week if you so choose. So are you guys ready for this right here? This is going to be a truly no-brainer offer with zero risk to you and a huge upside. Normally, our special deal for everything you see here would be just shy of $3,000 per year, and that'd be well worth it and offer more value than probably anything you've seen before. But for today only, you can grab it all for only $997 per year and be locked in at that special rate. But that's so low, especially once you see some additional bonuses worth many times that this offer is exclusively for those on this call right now. So you can go to this link right here for the special $2,000 off deal for only $997 per year. That's $2,000 off for all the AI tools, the training, support, and so forth. But you have to go to webfire.ai/deal. Again, that's webfire.ai/deal. But to sweeten the deal even more, we're including several bonuses that are worth far more than your total investment today. Bonus number 1, free updates for life. We are constantly adding more and more features and tools and tweaking stuff. All those you will get for free, even if we add some huge ones, which we have some really neat stuff in the works, you will get that for free for life. Bonus 2, you'll get a free pro account upgrade to use this on multiple blogs, social media accounts, and so forth. So rather than just being able to use it on one blog and one Facebook and Twitter account, you can use it on multiple ones, which means you can use it to resell that kind of service to other businesses. So if you want to have a dozen clients or dozens of clients, you can do so and run them all through this right here. But this next bonus takes the cake. Bonus number 3, you'll get free bonus training on multiple businesses and basically offers. You could start within a day using Webfire AI that could make 1,000 or more a month, sometimes per. In fact, you'll get 10 of those, 10 different businesses that you could start. And just to show how powerful our training is, here's some actual comments of people on some of our training calls. And here's some saying this is pure gold, 10 out of 10, and saying that we're essentially teaching stuff that they would have never have thought of. You know, pure gold, fresh look at stuff. You know, again, lots of essentially 10 out of 10. Some saying that it's like the Bible of marketing. We've also said that you know, we've seen, or we've had guys say that they've joined masterminds in the tens of thousands of dollars that we give more info on than those do, and that they learned more and got more actionable content from our training than they have right there. So again, we include all that for free. So how much can sales from these be worth? Well, here's another client that says they made $1 million off of one lead thanks to me. He goes, both of you, just wanted to drop you a note to tell you that I just signed my first $1 million deal from a single client. It would not have been possible without applying what you taught me about lead generation. Best, Robert Smith. That's right, Robert got $1 million deal from one lead by following our advice and putting it into action. Plus, we're going to throw in one more bonus to not only make you the coolest, most fashionable person around, but to also automatically get others inquiring about your new services that you could be selling them by using Webfire to do the hard work for you. We'll actually give you a free Webfire Online Marketing Genius shirt. Just walking around this will generate questions from prospects, no joke. In fact, we actually had a guy who got it, and he had a shirt, and he was randomly asked by his wife if he could basically take Tagalon shopping with her, and he wasn't a big fan of that. So as a joke, he said, sure, but you have to let me wear this shirt. He was trying to be annoying, basically, as like a joke. So she said, sure. They went out shopping, and he wrote us saying, you know, this funny story. He's like, I did this just as a joke, blah, blah, blah. But in the store, he had a person walk up to him and started asking him questions on marketing stuff, started asking him questions on their site, so on and so forth. And that guy actually turned into a client, a paying client of his that he used Webfire to do all the work for right there. So again, thought that was pretty funny. After your purchase, you'll receive a welcome email where we'll basically ask you for your shirt size and address to send it to, all for free. We'll even pay for the shipping. And just by having Webfire, you'll actually be able to help all of these businesses. And by taking advantage of Webfire AI and all of our free trainings, you'll literally be an online marketing genius and no more than 99% of business owners out there. But you have to hurry, as this deal is only available for the end of this webinar, and will be ending in about 15 minutes right here. So we'll have lots of time for like a Q&A, but we'll keep this offer up for about 15 more minutes right here. So to get this special deal for $2,000 off for only $997 per year and get locked in at the special rate, you can cancel anytime. You have to go to webfire.ai/deal, and you get that special discount locked in for life. So what do you do now? Go to the link below to grab your special offer with all the bonuses now, and get your virtual AI team working around the clock for you, putting your traffic and sales on autopilot. But you have to go to webfire.ai/deal. Again, that's webfire.ai/deal. Only $997 per year to put your sites, social media, SEO, lead getting, and traffic traps on autopilot. So crazy deal, but once more, you have to go to webfire.ai/deal, and we'll keep this up for the next 15 minutes or so right here. But really, again, crazy deal right here, because again, there's nothing else out there quite like this here. I mean, there's nothing where you can put all your sites, all your social media, all your SEO, all that on autopilot, creating the content, helping you fix all the SEO issues, and at the same time, having the lead tools to find the prospects out there, to answer the prospects out there, to create all those traffic traps like a giant spider web to grab all those possible prospects, not only now, in real time now, but also in the future, people finding all those traffic traps that you laid out there. I mean, again, that's why you have the testimonials from people doing so well. That's why, you have people like basically Jody making thousands of dollars a week on autopilot like this right here. That's why you have ones finding prospects worth over $1 million. In fact, you saw the one at 1.5 mil, and you saw the one at $1 million. And again, you also get the bonus training that we give you that will go through 10 businesses that you can start from scratch if you want right here. That can, you can apply to basically current business or start from scratch using just the tools inside of Webfire right here. So again, incredibly awesome deal. I highly suggest you go to that link right there, webfire.ai/deal. Again, nothing else out there like this, and I know this can make a world of difference for you, and a really crazy deal. But let's go through some of the questions that we have here. All right. All right, there's a couple questions here saying, is this web-based or desktop? So this is entirely web-based. So yeah, so super easy. As long as you can go online, you're perfectly fine and can use the tools. You do not have to install a plugin or anything like that. There's a couple people asking if they have to install a plugin to make stuff work. No, the only thing that requires, and it's a super easy thing, is if you do the auto posting, takes like less than a minute to basically set up your site. It's just like a click or two of a button, and you can integrate your site if you want to do the auto posting on that site. As far as like the Q&A stuff, it'll find the leads for you, and then you can quickly and easily copy and paste in the answers that it basically generates for you right there. Yeah, there's a person asking if we have any case studies or testimonials. Yeah, you just saw a bunch of them. All right. All right, there's a question here essentially asking if this only works in the US. No, this works worldwide. I mean, anywhere where you can go online, this works fine. You can find buyers in all sorts of niches and markets. I mean, any market that you can think of, you can find prospects and stuff for, whether they be in the US or anywhere else in the world. In fact, we have lots of clients from outside of the US all over. So yeah, not an issue right there. So someone asking if it works on a Mac or just Windows. Again, it is web-based, so as long as you can go online, you're perfectly fine. So Mac and Windows, all fine. All right, person asking if the price will go up once the first year is over. No, you get locked in at the special rate, and of course, you can easily cancel anytime. And again, we have the bonus that will walk you through all that stuff. All right, there's a person here asking how they can sign up as an affiliate on stuff for when we basically talk about affiliate marketing. We actually have training on that. But again, super easy. You can go to Google, type in affiliate followed by like any niche you want, and you'll find lots of places that you can sign up for right there. Sometimes might require you to have like a site, and if so, just make like a blog, which you can have this auto generate the content for you and make a nice looking site in like a minute or two. So super easy. Don't even worry about that, because that's what I've done myself on stuff. All right. All right, if you have any other questions, I know Sharon and Sean have been answering a lot of them in the background. Trying to see if there's anything new popping up. Yeah, okay, there's a handful of questions basically asking if it works in this niche or that niche, or if it can find leads, in this or that. Yes, I've never seen it not be able to find leads in any niche out there. And all of the methods talked about can work in almost anything. Because again, if you're in a niche where there's no prospects out there online, you're probably in an imaginary niche. So yeah, so I mean, there might be huge niches where every day there could be like 100 leads, and you might be in a small one where every day there might only be a couple. But either way, every day, that's a lot of leads. And again, using the lonely buyer siphoning trick, which was the first method we talked about, you can literally find all the places where the leads are hanging out right now and quickly answer all the questions and join in on the conversations right now using AI to help do that for you, using Webfire AI to help do all that. And not only do you get all those prospects looking at you, but all those people that search and find those places in the future will see the answers and the comments and the replies that you gave right there, and can all lead back to you. And your site or your link or your email or whatever else you want right there. And what else is really, really cool is, again, we have the training walking you through how to do a lot of that stuff, how to do a bunch of different business models, how to sell all sorts of services and products and offerings, how to be an affiliate of stuff, more affiliate tricks, like like this essentially coupon or the discount code one. That's a huge one. That can be a game changer for a lot of people right there. All right. Yeah, so absolutely a huge one right there. But in the future, we'll be, updating and including even more stuff. You guys will get that for free, but you'll be locked in at the special rate, so you'll never have to pay more right there. And we'll even give you like hands-free things that you can actually, market and sell. We're actually giving you the ideas of stuff that you can do hands-free right there. So with that, guys, we're about to wrap this up right here. All right, okay, there's a question here on a person saying, if they want to make a new blog, how can they do that? Super easy. So if you're brand new, you can go make, or you can go to blogger.com and make a free blog in like a minute. Super easy. And you can integrate it with Webfire AI, and it can automatically start posting and making that site for you. Or if you want to manually have it, essentially post one-off articles or blog posts, you can, or it can post every day to basically populate that blog for you. Again, all those are options right there. So you can have a blog up and running in minutes. Super easy right there. So don't even worry about that. Yeah, and if you want to make it like super fancy with like, super fancy custom graphics and all that, you can find guys on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, that can make you like, a fancy graphical, blog for like, $5 to $15, or you can, just make a free one. Either's fine right there. But again, don't even worry about that right there. And the link in question again is webfire.ai/deal. Again, that's webfire.ai/deal. And again, this really is a crazy deal here, guys. All right, so with that, if you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to type that in the chat box. If not, we will wrap this up here. And thanks to those of you that have joined on board. We'll leave this up for a few minutes more. If you had an issue, like there's a person here saying that they had like a decline. So if by chance you're like outside of like the country, or you usually don't buy stuff like this, it is possible you might get like a decline. So if that's the case, just basically call the number on the back of your card, or call your bank saying, hey, you're trying to buy this. This actually is you, and then they should approve that within a minute, and then you should rebuy, and it should go right through them perfectly fine. If you have any issues, you can reach out to our support. There is a support link on that site right there, or you can just reach out to support@webfire.com, and they'll be happy to assist you. And yeah, if you're having an issue, we'll be happy to hold your spot, and the bonuses, that's all fine. But make sure you go to webfire.ai/deal. All right, Justin, I'm not quite sure what you're asking on how to change some of the details on the blog, but we can certainly assist you with that, or better help you with that. So just write the support right there, and we'd be happy to assist you, or Sharon can get some info and help you out there. No worries. All right. All right, guys. So with that, we'll wrap this up in a moment right here. I want to thank all of you for being on this call once more. The special deal link is getwebfire.ai/deal. Hopefully you got some value. Hopefully, you loved at least one or more of the 3 techniques that I think can really be a game changer that can help a lot of people. And hopefully you saw how Webfire AI can help really automate and help that and really change the name of the game for a lot of people. So with that, hope you have a great rest of the day, guys. And thanks again for those of you that have joined. Yeah, it looks like there's one last question here. Someone's asking how they access some of the training. Just write support@webfire.com. You should have the training in the members area, but they can send you the exact link if you're looking for like a certain one in question, like specifically the bonus training, which the bonus one should be in the main members page towards the very bottom. But if you can't find it, just write support@webfire.com and they can definitely link that to you. No issues. All right, guys. So once more, thanks for being on this call right here. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. We have our contact details on that page as well, but make sure you jump on this deal right here. I know it can make a world of difference for you, especially if you follow through and use it and actually do the strategies mentioned. If you just basically get it and do squat, obviously you can still have it do some stuff. You can still have the blog and autopilot, you can still do all that stuff. But if you take even a few minutes a week and start taking advantage of the tools, setting the tools up, finding the questions, answering the stuff automatically with the AI and all that, it can really make a world of difference, especially when you're like a month or 2 out. You're talking about a huge difference compared to where you are right now. So with that, guys, thanks once more. And if you have any questions or need any help at all, feel free to reach out. We're happy to answer you and happy to help you as well. So if you got the system and have any questions or need any advice or want some essentially tips on your own strategies or your own site or niche or business, feel free to reach out and ask us. We're here to help you. That's what we're here for, because we want to see you guys succeed. So definitely reach out. We're here for you. We're included in this support and all that right there. So with that, have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.